The goal isn't retirement, it is alignment. How I'm planning my retirement without turning my second life into another job. Let's talk about this. Retirement planning isn't just financial, and I know there's a lot of emphasis on you have to have money, you have to be prepared financially retire. I totally get all of that, I understand all of that. And in the previous episode, we talked about money is going to play a big role, and we will dive in and we will get there. But first, let's talk about doing our whole reset, and during our reset, how we have to shift our mindset and how we have to focus on the energy that we want to have in our second life. So what I say is not just about the finances, it is about the energy as well. What do you want to do in your second life? How do you want your days to feel? What is it that you want to get out of your second life that you have not been able to get out of your current career? And for me, it is energetic to the max. I want to be so full of joy, so full of just peace, so much ease, and just flow in my second life. That is what I wanted to feel like every day when I wake up. And not saying that it's not going to be work, not saying that it's not going to be effort, not saying that some days are not going to be challenging. I totally understand that. But the goal is to create my second life focused more on ease and not so much of the hustle and bustle. Focusing more on joy than just operating out of necessity. Focusing more on just operating in purpose and in my passion. That is the goal for my second life. It is not, like I said, just transactional or operational or because I'm good at it, because it makes me money. That is going to be done. So that takes me to the second point of why I'm planning my second life before I start planning the work. The second life, like I said, it all begins with the feeling, with the energy, with the joy, with the peace, with the ease, because that is priority. That is so important for me in my second life. So I need to capture and encapsulate all of those feelings. I need to become that person that is okay with ease, that is okay with just taking it one day at a time and relaxing and leaning into the things that I enjoy and that I want to do in my second life before I start creating what the work is going to be and what it's going to feel like, how it's going to serve me, who it's going to serve. That is going to come. The very first thing, and we talked about this in the last episode, is shifting the mindset, because I want my energies to be right. I want to wake up and feel good about what I'm getting ready to dive into. So that is what we are focusing on. So instead of asking what will I do every day, it is, like I said, focused on how do I want to feel every day? How much structure do I really want? How much flow do I want to have throughout my day? What am I no longer available for? What am I no longer giving the energy and effort to? Once again, we are focusing on intention instead of urgency. Keep that in mind. Also, it is a focus on clarity first over actions. All of that stuff is going to come. We have plenty of time to get this plan right. So we want to be clear. We want the mindset set to be shifted. We want to understand what we want to wake up and feel like every day. And like I said, once we establish all of that, then we will talk about what the work-life balance or what the work will look like for you in your new second life or in the second life. Because of the experience that I've gained over the past 20 plus years working in my current career field, it has taught me a lot. It has taught me that I want to choose low effort and high value. For example, that looks like I don't want to have to be in front of a client or multiple clients every single day. Like I said, hustle and bustle and the grind of it all. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to put systems in place, have products that can work when I'm sleeping and, sell when I'm sleeping, or like I said, systems that are just repeating, rinsing and repeating while I am asleep or while I am away. I don't want to have to be at the forefront every single moment in order for things to succeed. So that's what I mean by low effort, high value. Because if you work now to identify when we get there, the systems that need to be in place that you're going to be operating in your second life, when we create that, those systems are going to be working for you 24/7. That is the goal. And choosing the low effort, high value, the point there is I don't have to prove myself anymore. I've already done that. I've already operated in a career for the past 20 something years where I have proven my value, my worth, my work ethic, proven my skill set. I have proven myself, and I'm more than capable of delivering, producing, and documentation said so, right? So I am not going to be focused on doing that. I'm operating in my own time, my own space, my own energy, my own effort. And because of that, my experience allows me to design what I want my second life to feel like without having to be overconsumed myself. We are high performing women, and we will always, I believe, be high performing women, but it can look very differently in our second lives. And I'm validated, sis, and I'm validating you. You have done the dang thing, okay? So you don't need to prove anymore. You're already validated. You're already that girl. But you want to, like I said, create systems and put things in place that is going to allow you to kind of sit back a little bit and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because you have so many different experiences that will allow you to win in your second life with, like I said, the low touch and with extra high value. And this is going to be my business philosophy as well. So we got plenty of time, like I said, to plan this, but that's the goal, and we're going to get there. That is the reason why I am intentionally planning my second life and not rushing the exit, okay? This time frame that I've given myself, 5 years, 2031 is my projected retirement date. I'm not rushing this thing. I'm taking the time needed to plan and to prepare and to be ready for my exit. And in doing so, it allows me to, like I said, put those systems in place, identify the work, and shift my mindset. And that's what we are doing here. Planning early does not mean we are acting early. Planning early allows us, like I said, to do all of the above. Shift our mindset, sit back and identify what it is we want to feel like every day we wake up in our second life, and what we want to do every day when it comes to the work we want to put effort and energy into. And not rushing the exit allows us to test slowly, to plan slowly and accurately and efficiently. It allows us to make thoughtful decisions over this time period. That's the reason why we're not rushing this. This is not going to be a panicked, pivot where we are just like diving in, we retire tomorrow. No, this is the reason why this is the time frame, because this pivot is going to be calm. It is going to be with ease, with structure, with clarity, and it is going to be very intentional. The goal isn't retirement, it is alignment. So retirement is the milestone. That's what it is. Yay! We've worked 20 something years, and we are ready to step away from that career. That is a major milestone, but we are focusing on alignment with our exit. So I'm hoping that we are in alignment with what we are doing, how we are moving forward with our planning of our second life. And hopefully you have gotten the second life planning guide and have gone through the permission reset, and you are at a place where you are understanding what I'm talking about and why we need to be taking our time with gaining clarity and understanding who we are, who we need to be with the mindset shift. And we can move forward together. So that is the goal. If you have not grabbed the Second Life Planning Guide, it is linked in the description box. Drop me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are on the permission reset. What are you thinking and feeling around that? What thoughts has it provoked? What changes are you now thinking you need to make, or what adjustments are you needing to make as you prepare to walk into your second life. This is very important. I'm hoping that we can build community, that we can talk back and forth in the comments, and we can, I don't know, grow together in this journey, and we can learn together, we can get clarity together, and we can be prepared for our second life. So like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, catch up if you have not done so on previous episodes of the Second Life series. Tag somebody that you think would like to be on this journey with us, that is on this journey and has questions, and that just want to be a part of this community that we're building here. So with that being said, I thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.